These palaces are so luxurious and breathtaking, it's almost unbelievable, housing some of the most powerful royals in the world. A number of these extraordinary buildings have lasted centuries, while others are products of the architectural geniuses in our world today. Join us as we take you through the most expensive palaces in the world and uncover the fascinating stories behind their existence. Let's begin with Italy's most iconic structure, the Palazzo Pitti. Located in Florence, this palace boasts being the largest and most visited in the city. History has it that it once belonged to a wealthy banker named Luca Pitti, who was a rival of the Medici family. Luca Pitti wanted to construct a palace so large that every one of its windows was as large as the main door of the Palazzo Medici Riccardi. Construction began in 1440 on the largest private building in Florence, but unfortunately for the Pitti family, this dream was halted in 1464, when construction was stopped after economic ruin hit the family. But nearly 100 years later, in 1550, Palazzo Pitti was acquired by Eleonora di Toledo, wife of Cosimo I de' Medici and daughter of the Viceroy of Naples. The Duchess needed a healthier locale for herself and her children, away from the city life of the Palazzo Vecchio, which was at that time the residence of the ruling family. The Pitti Palace showcases a blend of Renaissance, late Mannerist, and Baroque influences in its interior design. The exterior tells tales of colossal stories with rusticated stoneworks that symbolize ancient wealth. Lavish frescoes, stucco work, and special designs have adorned the palace to make it irresistible. The palace has 140 rooms split between galleries and museums. There's the Museum of Costume and Fashion, Treasury of the Grand Dukes, Gallery of Modern Art, Palatine Gallery, and the Royal Apartments. The estimated worth of this magnificent palace isn't revealed to the public, but one can tell from the looks of it that it is worth billions of dollars. Qasr Al Watan. But when it comes to something with that 21st century sophistication, we don't have to look further than the palace, Qasr Al Watan. This palace is more of a work palace, which also serves as a tourism center, where visitors can come and experience the beauty and vast resources of the UAE. The president of the UAE, who is also the king of Abu Dhabi, resides here for work, alongside the prime minister and the crown prince of Abu Dhabi. The sheer beauty of the palace is something unforgettable, as it was built to impress. UAE, covering a surface area of 380,000 square meters, the facade of the palace is constructed from white granite and limestone, built to last centuries. The white color used for the palace's exterior is a symbol of purity and peace. The name Qasr Al Watan is translated literally as Palace of the Nation, and this description is evident in the hand-carved designs on the doors that cost 350 man-hours. Made with solid maple wood for durability, the door opens to the splendid interiors of classical Islamic architectural motifs. The palace was built over 7 years, from 2010 to 2017, before it became open to the public in 2019. With theme colors of white, blue, and yellow, the palace also features the Great Hall, measuring 100 meter x 100 meters, with a crowning central dome as the palace's highlight, one of the largest in the world. The dome is the height of a 7-story structure with a 37-meter diameter and 12 large double-curved glass panels. Among other wonders of this place, one can find the Presidential Gifts Exhibition, which is a grand display of artifacts exchanged during diplomatic engagements. The spirit of collaboration, stated as a space for leadership, cooperation, and governance, is a room where global and local leaders meet for discussions and summits. The Presidential Banquet with a 300-person capacity, the House of Knowledge, and the Qasr Al Watan Library. Qasr Al Watan is estimated to be worth $490 million. But if you think Qasr Al Watan is insane, wait till you see the palace that is literally called a city. It's so massive that it contains 980 buildings and 9,000 rooms. This is the Forbidden City. Located at the heart of Beijing, this ancient structure was completely out of bounds to commoners during the prime of its existence. The city was designed to function as the center of Beijing, being the primary location for hosting political and ceremonial activities. Emperor Chengzu was the one who built the city. After relocating with his army to northern China, he decided to guard against enemies and solidify his power, thus ordering the building of the Forbidden City, which lasted from 1406 till 1420. It is recorded that over 1 million laborers put in the time and effort to build the city. Being the largest imperial palace, the Forbidden City is filled with great natural beauty, as well as awe-inspiring artifacts. In fact, the Palace Museum is known for its impressive collection of some 1.8 million artifacts of great historical value, including paintings, sculptures, and seals, among others. The Forbidden City is divided into 3 parts: outer, middle, and inner courts. The inner court has lush and manicured gardens for relaxation and leisure. But the largest and most beautiful of these gardens is the Imperial Garden. The Imperial Garden accounts for 1.5% of the total land area of the palace, and trees hundreds of years old like cypresses and Chinese wisteria are found here. The main gate of the Forbidden City is the 125-foot-tall Meridian Gate, a superstructure composed of 5 buildings where imperial edicts were issued. The Forbidden City is the largest medieval wood construction collection in the world and has housed 24 Chinese emperors since its inception. The Museum of the Palace features 14 million visitors a year, more than any part of the Grand Wall. And even today, some parts of the Forbidden City still have prohibited entry. However, the deeply mystical and traditional semblance of the Forbidden City strikes a contrast when we observe Russia's Winter Palace. The timeless white, green, and gold-themed facade is something reminiscent of an imperial European court. The most recent version of the palace we see today was built between 1730 and 1837 and sprawls over 645,935 square feet. It is the 5th Winter Palace and was built by an Italian architect, Bartolomeo Rastrelli. The Winter Palace saw various emperors reside within it for up to 150 years. It is also recorded that the royals seem to have a habit of moving to St. Petersburg for the winter, hence the name, the Winter Palace. The palace's interior is nothing short of splendid. The courtroom has opulently striking red walls and white columns, with a ceiling designed in Baroque art. The Winter Palace has a total of 1,084 rooms. The interiors of the staterooms, private rooms, and boudoirs are all works of art in their own right. The palace has survived various accidents like a fire outbreak that almost destroyed all the palace interiors. It has also been used as a military hospital during World War I. In all its beauty and magnificence, the most interesting part of the palace is the Hermitage Museum. The palace is the main building of the country's leading art museum, named the Hermitage. It was not until the Soviet period that the Winter Palace became a museum. At this time, the large collection of Catherine the Great's art was given more room, and links were built to connect various parts of the palace for tour purposes. Another deep-rooted palace is the Buckingham Palace. England's Buckingham Palace is one with a rich history of royal taste and modern luxury. Buckingham Palace has been there since the 5th year of the 18th century. King James I was the initial owner before the building eventually fell into the hands of the Duke of Buckingham, who sold it to George III around 1762. A few years later, the ruling monarch, Queen Victoria, complained about the palace not being big enough to accommodate the royal family and entertain visitors. It was during this major renovation ordered by the Queen that the famous balcony was built. And now, the beauty and majesty of the palace transcend its time as thousands continue to visit and explore its wonders. The front of the palace has a floor space of over 830,000 square feet, and you'll find the delectable Queen Victoria Memorial at the entrance, with the 25-meter-high monument of Queen Victoria. This unique piece is made from Pentelic marble worth 2,300 tons, one of the best-priced marbles on the market. The monument also consists of other statues that complement it and represent the qualities of constancy, charity, courage, motherhood, and truth. The Buckingham Palace rooms are 775 in number. These are divided into staff bedrooms numbering 188, offices numbering 92, 52 principal bedrooms, 19 staterooms, and 78 bathrooms. The Grand Staircase is also one of the most iconic structures you'll find once inside. The staircase is antique, made with gilded bronze balusters, with the stairs covered in red carpet. This masterpiece was delivered by Samuel Parker and was worth $3,900. Other interesting locations include the Queen's Gallery, the Belgian Suite, the White Drawing Room, and the Throne Room. The palace is said to be worth $5 billion. And yet, there are many more expensive palaces in the world, with some possibly even more expensive and luxurious than these. But let us know which palace caught your attention in this video. Hit us with your favorite palace in the comments, and see you in the next video.